Hey everyone. So I have a question for you. Do you like Satisfactory? Okay, good. Keep that in mind. Now, do you like Deep Rock Galactic? Maybe a little bit of Green Hell? Imagine all of those games got together at a sci-fi convention and had a kid. That's basically what we're looking at today. This is StarRupture, a first-person open-world base-building survival shooter from the team at Creepy Jar. If that sounds familiar, it's because they're the ones who've made Green Hell, which is arguably one of the most brutal, everything wants to kill you survival games of the last few years. But they've pivoted hard. They traded the Amazon jungle for Arcadia 7, a hostile alien planet being torn apart by its own star. Instead of managing parasites and insanity, you're now managing power grids, automated assembly lines, and trying not to get eaten by glowing bugs while the sky literally turns into an inferno. It's in early access right now, and I've spent the last few weeks living on this beautiful planet. The big question we're answering today is, in an absolute sea of survival crafters, is StarRupture actually worth your time and your money?
Once I hit you with that bad space, you ain't coming back. No control on the reach, give me space like that. Hit you with that bad space, you ain't coming back.
At its heart, this is a factory automation game. It does not hide its inspiration. The early game feels very familiar if you've ever played the heavy hitters in that genre. You mine some basic stuff, think copper and iron equivalents by hand, then you build your first generator, your first automated miner, and you start laying down conveyor belts. The goal is to automate everything. You're a prisoner turned laborer for a shady corporation, and your job is to fulfill shipments increasingly complex materials. To do that, you need to expand. You need smelters, fabricators, assemblers. You need to make other things that eventually assemble the final things. The building system is smooth and intuitive. There's something deeply satisfying about looking at the line of belts perfectly transporting shimmering alien ore across the landscape. But here's the twist. The factory part is the brain, but survival is the heart. Let's talk about why the game is called StarRupture. This isn't a peaceful construction site. The rupture is a periodic stellar catastrophe. Roughly every 20 minutes or so, the planet star goes nuts. The sky turns apocalyptic red, the music swells, and you get a countdown. When a rupture happens, the planet's surface becomes incredibly hostile. You might face extreme heat that melts you in seconds, or bitter cold, or massive electric storms. You have to rush back to your base and just hunker down. And while you're hunkered, they come for you. These are the hostile wildlife, and Creepy Jar definitely brought some of that tension from Green Hell over to this project. They attack in swarms, and they absolutely hate your factory. They will go after your miners, your generators, and your belts. So the loop isn't just build, automate, profit. It's build, automate, fight, repair, and then profit. This adds a fantastic layer of tension. You aren't just an efficient worker, you're a defender. You're juggling your production rates while also designing your base defense layout. The combat is surprisingly decent for a base builder too. It feels more like a proper shooter than a side mechanic. Now, let's get into the reality check. This is early access. Currently, the developers are promising about a year of development before the full launch. The good news is that the core foundation is rock solid. The automation works, the combat is fun, and crucially, co-op works. You can play with your up to four friends, and honestly, that's where the game shines. Juggling factory production and horde defense with the crew is a blast. Rough news? It's a bit thin in places right now. The variety of enemy types isn't huge yet. After your 10th rupture, you kind of know the routine. Some of the progression benchmarks feel a bit grindy, and performance can dip when your factory gets massive. There's also some rough voice acting that feels like it might be a placeholder. It can drag down the story bits. So you might find yourself turning the dialogue volume down until they polish it up. You're eventually buying a skeleton right now, but it's a great skeleton. But it needs more meat. So, who is this for? If you're a hardcore Satisfactory fan who purely wants optimal production rates and passive building, StarRupture might actually annoy you. The constant attacks and the need to hide from the sun can feel like a nuisance when you just want to lay down 500 foundations in peace. However, if you wanted a factory builder that actually has some teeth, if you wished that building your base felt dangerous and necessarily for your survival, then this is exactly what you've been waiting for. For the current price point, you're getting an easy 20 to 30 hours of solid gameplay, especially in co-op. If you wait for full 1.0 release, the price will likely go up, but you'll get more biomes and more complexity. To wrap it up, I think Creepy Jar has a potential hit on their hands. StarRupture takes the addictive automation and adds the adrenaline of a horde survival shooter. It's beautiful, it's chaotic, and it has just 5 more minutes looped down perfectly. Just rough around the edges, but the core is so compelling that it might keep going back to it. My verdict: it's worth it, especially if you have a friend or two to bring along. But I want to know what you guys think. Have you tried it? Do you like the idea of aliens attacking your machines, or do you prefer to build in total peace? Let me know in the comments. Thanks you for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one. My name's Jose. Be kind, love one another, and don't be a dick. Thank you. See ya.